There were lessons that my mother only taught my sister. See, there was no way she could know that I would need them too. Behind closed doors in my sister's room, they would speak, and I would sneak, ear pressed against the closet wall, listening, shh, to secrets, to baking, to sweeping, to Erica John and my mother's fear of flying. But see, certain sections and certain lessons I missed because my father was too concerned with teaching me football and statistics. But every now and then, me and that wall would share secrets. Secrets women only share, things not intended for me. Mama's voice would say, sometimes it comes down heavy and thick. Sometimes barely at all. It really depends on the woman, baby. But in order to avoid catastrophe, every woman must know how she loves and how it flows out of her. These were the lessons she taught. The tools she gave my sister to novocaine the hostile terrain of testosterone and love. She said, women are the only exploited group in history to be idealized into powerlessness. So baby, beware a man that idolizes you. Today, they are walking. Mom and sis and I linger behind. Unencumbered by my presence, they speak in sentences about the essence of the world and the way it is. My mom elbows my sis and says, look at the size of his feet. My sister's eyes shocked and horrified. Mom chuckles and laughs. Be careful, baby. Remember what mama told you. See, this is her way, walking back in time to days earlier where the lesson was shoes. Do you know what they say about a man's shoe size, she asked. No, my sister says, nervously looking down. Some men will walk all over you, will take the soft parts of you as a doormat, the dirt in their souls crushing holes in yours. Walking behind in a man's footsteps in shadow can turn hearts cold, so baby, beware. See, it was mama's belief as far as stress, pain, and grief, as far as wearing them, you could put less on. She called them less-ons if you knew to see them coming. Or sometimes lessons. She said, well, if you knew better, you could do better. You know which way to go to lessen the woe. Less-ons, lessons. Either way, I listened to every muffled, wall-distant sentence. Shoes, she said. Do you remember what we asked you last time about a man's appetite? A man's stomach tells you what he eats. A man's shoes tells you what he thinks. Me and my sister repeat, synchronized to an unknown beat. My sister seated next to my mom on the other side of the wall, me on the outer side of their conversation, whispering. See, to the right was a vent that, when opened, allowed words to flow heavy and thick. I figured, I could vent it, but it felt safer to marvel over the mystery I glimpsed through the divide of walls, mutterings of things not intended for me. The placement of feet set apart, she said, tells that he was heavy as a baby. If now thin, he either revels in his own vanity or knows how the world can shape shoulders and round steps. So he will be more understanding. The lesson was shoes. If he only wears the newest, oh, that means he has money, right? No, baby. That means money has him. His mind will always be on the materialistic, on the gain, on the game, on the part he feels he must play. Shoes, she taught, tells if a man ever played hopscotch, prefers his left or right phase of mind, ties up the loose ends of his life, or just tucks them out of sight, like shoelaces. My father outside beckoned, put some shoes on and come on. Looking down at my shoes, I stared for hours, trying to decide what kind of man I wanted to be. He beckoned again, and I just gave up and walked away to football and statistics. See, it never fails. There's certain sections and certain lessons I missed. One day, while my father was away, me and Mom tossed this football, barefoot, running, catching, and laughing. She said, baby, if you come out the closet and vent, it'll be better. Impossible. Like shoelaces unraveling, I thought of the lessons. Because, see, by now I knew statistics, and I knew there was no way that she could know I would need these lessons too. She said, you can tell a man by his shoes. Barefoot, I felt exposed and ashamed. See, there were certain sections, certain lessons I just missed out on. There were certain secrets I never learned. She reached over the divide between us and hugged me and said, every woman must know how she loves and how it flows out of her. And her love was deep and unconventional, heavy and thick. And that's one lesson I'll never forget. Thanks, Mom.